Alright. Let's get this party started. If you proceed past this point, you will be locked into singularity, and the open world will be unavailable for the duration of the quest. Confirm. The point of no return. They're making absolute sure. You gotta press it 3 times. It's like, are you sure you want to do this, player? Yes. It is time.
Okay, everyone. I'm at the rendezvous point. It's time to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Understood, Aloy. We're on our way.
Aloy.
Where are the others?
Not far behind.
Aloy was about to slap him down.
Traveling with the pack.
Fucking Tilda.
Are we all here? Then let's begin.
Oh.
A tunnel. An ancient escape route from the ruins on the island. When I realized it ran all the way across the water, I thought it might prove useful to come and go undetected. So I concealed it from the others. Shall we?
I wish there was a less pungent way to get way inside the base.
Agreed.
There's the launch tower. That plane offers a little cover, so the only viable path is through there. There will be specters guarding it, and many more can be deployed from those hangars. All right. Alva, Catalo, get to it. Where are they going? Somewhere important. Erend, you're with me. You guys, take the high ground in case we need covering fire.
Tactically sound, I suppose. What will she do?
Float.
There's a sensor node nearby. If I hack into it, I should be able to scramble the network and keep you undetected. But not for long.
Then we should proceed.
One more thing. Open up the channel to Beta. Audio only.
Aloy.
We're here, and we're coming for you. You know what to do, right?
As long as you hold up your end.
We will. See you soon.
Be careful.
Let's go.
I want to do shit like that. Wave my hand and have things just happen.
Get to the launch tower as quickly as possible. I'll do my best to conceal our intrusion.
Alright, I'm not looting all these goddamn
Beware,
corpses.
Aloy. Spectres ahead.
Company. Follow my lead.
That's what I do.
Could try using acid ammo.
I'll mark them up just in case. But I think thematically, probably a good idea to just sneak by them. It's the best time for me to go.
Anytime you're ready.
Shut up, Erend.
I think there's a cave up there that might get us through that ridge.
Let's climb up to it.
Kill your enemy.
Okay. We were a little detected, but it's fine.
What's in this backpack, metal bricks?
Aloy, Alva and I are closing in on the regulator.
Keep me
I
posted.
think we got through without being seen. It's creepy in here.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
I guess we're gonna have to drop down. Looks like there's a way up over there.
Hey, you swim. I'll stay nice and dry.
Yeah, I don't know if your little tech backpack would like being dunked on the water. How the hell did he get across? I guess this is the wrong way.
Can we please leave the cave now?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just, underestimated my ability to jump. So I just assumed I had to climb around. But apparently I could have just been like this.
I wish I had a glider. I guess I'll find another way across.
We can always get you a lot of these gadgets, Aaron. Don't you worry. Maybe even a better glider. I mean, shoot. Tilda can just straight fly without anything.
I'm not really built for climbing.
Sorry, Aaron. There's a lot of dead machines on this island.
We killed a great many when we landed here. Their salvage may prove useful to you now.
Oh, Spectre.
Sneak or fight, you choose.
Is there more than one?
Could hit it with acid.
The way I see it, the less combat we go through, the better, right? Jesus. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, we'll have to let this guy pass by again. I think we have to jump from over there.
Tired yet?
Yep. I don't think they saw us. Good.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay then.
These plants are weird. Yeah! Clear those weeds.
They're vines, thank you very much. But yeah, they're basically weeds. Huh.
We can take this one, Aloy! Keep moving!
Oh, you guys are fighting.
That Stormbird carcass should get us over the gap.
I hate stormbirds. But I guess, dead one's handy enough.
That was a big hop, buddy.
Remember the good old days when our only worry was whether Meridian would be destroyed? You know, instead of the whole world?
Oh yeah. Good times.
I mean, the worry has been about the whole world anyways.
More specters. I'll attack when you...
3 specters this time. I mean, at this point, I'll sneak by just for the fucking principle of it. Although I don't know where we're going from here.
I'll follow you in.
I think we have to go that way. Sneak on by.
Here, up this rock. You're gonna have to climb around this corner.
I'll try not to complain.
Made it through without a fight.
That's another thing to remember. While I could...
Way forward. Keep moving.
Oh, hey, there's our friends.
Fast as we can. You all right?
Sort of.
Oh, jeez. We might have to fight here. Yeah, conserving ammo is a good idea in the long run. Because there might not be a lot of places to restock on ammo here.
Do the Zeniths have?
An army.
Well, we want to fight at once, that's for sure. Looks like the others have things under control.
Oh, this one isn't... interesting. I don't think I can sneak by this one. Unless... No, I can't throw that far enough. Oh! I don't know where we're going from here. Anyways, rock. It didn't give a shit. I believe in you guys, you got it!
Should try something other than fire.
It's half health. Maybe it can't see to the left of it. I feel like we have to climb up there. Alright, fuck it.
Look at that thing fizzing away. That's a weak spot. Got it.
Woo! Damn, it went down
Up
fast!
the slab.
Aloy, Alva and I are in position.
Do it. Blow the regulator.
A moment while I ignite the charges.
Alva and Catalo did their job. Now it's Beta's turn.
Aloy? I think we're in trouble.
Holy fuck!
Whatever you plan to do to stop those specters, you better do it now.
I'm not doing anything. Beta will. She just needs a little time.
Time that we don't have.
Come on, Beta, come on, come on.
What is that?
Spinosauruses?
Our army.
Hell yeah! Holy shit, they're constructing it on the site! I'm guessing that Gaia and Hephaestus are merged.
You had Beta inject Hephaestus into the base's printer matrix.
Which is faster and more powerful than any cauldron.
Now we can crank out machines to its heart's content.
This is badass! Oh no, the bridge!
Come on. Let's get to the launch tower before this whole place becomes a war zone.
Your maneuver, as clever as it is, means that Hephaestus has escaped containment. It will no doubt flee back to the Cauldron network.
We grabbed it once, we'll get it again.
Or find a way to replicate its functionality, perhaps. The Apollo database.
The Apollo database, anything is possible. Yeah, alright, I guess,
In case we don't make it, I just have one regret.
Yeah?
What is it?
That we had to do all this climbing.
It is a lot. You have no idea how much Aloy's had to climb over all this time, Aaron. I'm just struggling around over there. He'll make it eventually. It was more of our people fighting.
Big rock might give us a bridge to get up and through.
Gotcha.
Holy shit! That wasn't for us.
Guess not all the specters are fighting our machines.
Ah, that'd have made it nice and easy.
We'll get much use for forge water ammo here.
Well, how many specters do we got? They died pretty quickly last time. I'm down to do this.
Here we go. Take it to pieces.
It ran off to its buddies. Aloy ammo. I see no such thing.
Don't get that stuff on it. Coming for you now.
Yeah, I should have marked it up. But that's okay. Most of its most important components are on the very front of it. Holy shit. Oh boy. Ah. Oh shit! He's coming for me! Oh, I've been hit! Oh god, is there more? There's Aaron. Aaron, you're not down yet! Where the hell are you? I know, he's right behind it, but like, help! Yeah, get acidified.
Can't use that now. Come on, let's cross over. Find anything?
Yeah.
Alright. Gotta resupply a little bit. Grab all the ridgewood, because that's something we actually can run out of very easily. These red-eye watchers, they give a lot of ammo, which is good. Or, not really ammo, but shards, which we can use to make arrows.
Big jump.
What the fuck? Hey!
You're right, I think.
Yeah.
And now to the left.
Unless we want to, like, see people fighting it out. The Machine Wars! Repeating the sins of our ancestors.
You can get to the launch tower through the hangar up ahead. I'm heading over to join you now.
The hangar's in bad shape, but I can see the way in. Hurry, Aloy!
Another one?
By the blood of the Ten!
Yeah? What are you gonna join us? Okay.
It's here when you want it. Pistol. You got its weak spot.
Nice try, buddy. I wonder if marking the weak spots makes us do more damage. I've never thought to like see if there's a damage difference.
Good work, everyone. Let's go. Oh, that helps.
It definitely went down way faster when it was marked. But that could have just been like crit damage. We'll see. Aaron's just pointing. Oh, the staircase. Hey, everybody.
Whoa. Look at all this Zenith space stuff.
Yeah. Hope we don't destroy this whole island. I'm sure this actually could all be used for some very beneficial things.
Come on, let's go!
And Regala stays back to fight the Spectre.
This way, demon!
This is the death I was promised. Go!
Hey, who knows? Maybe she'll actually survive that. But yeah, rest in peace, Warmonger.
May Regala return peacefully to the cycle.
She cared nothing for peace.
Ha!
At least she died on her own terms. That was her fault.
Oblivion draws no such distinctions.
Woo!
Hey, Aloy. It's been intense, but Catalo got me to a network node. I'm trying to get in.
Keep at it. We're almost to the tower.
Yeah, glad we're not mixed in the middle of all that. It would be painful. Potentially fatal. Oh. More scrap. Because that's what I care about after beating the story. Selling stuff for shards. There we go. That's something that's a little bit more useful. Potions and stuff. Oh my fucking god, that Spectre got wrecked. Hi!
Ah, now we know who's been causing all the fuss. Tilda's little pet.
Silence! Zeniths inbound. Can we drop their shields, please?
I'm powering it up. Stay still.
This is pointless. You can't hurt us.
So you think?
Face it. You're worms that ooze through the cracks into our basement.
Silence?
One moment more.
But I might just spare you if you give up Tilda. I think it's safe to say she's forfeited her share of our operation. Permanently.
There.
No? Nothing? Fine. All right, people. Light 'em up! Are we supposed to be scared?
Yes! Your only strength is now gone, and you got a bunch of pissed off creatures. Holy shit! Well, so much for these other Zeniths surviving. Oh my god.
We can't let Gerard escape. It won't take long before he preps the shuttle for launch. Then he'll be able to take Beta and Gaia into orbit and onto the Odyssey beyond our reach.
We gotta go through there?
I fail to see another option.
Then we'll carve a path. Ready?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, hell yeah, Tilda!
Get to the top and secure Gaia. I'll stop Gerard.
Am I the only one who made it here? Everyone else is staying behind. All right.
I gotta get to the top of the tower and free Beta.
Aloy, what? Die, I say, filth! Apologies for that. We're okay. As long as Alba hurries.
I'm almost into the network.
Just do the best you can.
Yeah, I believe in you guys. We're making progress. And now these people are vulnerable. Far Zenith repository. Look at this little fancy box, dude. Everything they've got is so cool looking.
Okay, an elevator. Promising.
Whoa! Time for our fight against Eric, I see. No, down is not where I want.
Business, little girl.
That was a pretty cowardly move for someone who likes to actually fight.
I don't need a shield to take you out.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're gonna wish you had one.
Alright, let's do this. Actually, I should probably look at his weaknesses. Alright, weak against fire. Oh, God. And ice. Oh, perfect. I love that. Alright, here, have fire. Cleanse. Woo! Alright.
Got that, didn't ya? I'm taking you down!
I've got the high ground, Eric! Wait till you feel the power. Wait. Oh, yeah, here we go. Whoa, that was cool!
Take that!
Wait till you feel the power of this fully operational, well, ranged master.
Aloy, are you there? I'm on my way to help. Just need to find my way in there.
Not much about your shield, are ya?
Ranged master warpaint! Woo! 800 damage, holy shit.
I almost forgot what it was like to hurt.
Come on, Aloy.
Right.
A stab for us as well, come on. Alright. Zoe deserves the most.
Okay.
I will be. In time. Go. Rescue your sister. I'll regroup with the others and make sure they're alright.
And I guess you can just sit there and contemplate his death. Well, we're gonna make another one of these. I thought cleanse potions required fiber zest, but I guess they don't. So I could have been stopping a lot of plasma explosions this whole time.
I better take the lift.
Yeah, holy hell. He did not. We did so much damage there. Otherwise, that fight would have taken a lot longer.
Spectres have almost wiped each other out.
Yeah?
What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there. I almost have.
Alright, we'll make our way around, I guess. God, this building is so tall and we have to climb it. Ay, ay, ay. I'm sure there'll be another elevator somewhere. Maybe. Wait, that fight against Eric went fast.
Aaron, is everyone all right down there?
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last few specters.
What about the Zeniths?
Dead, I think. Zoe told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut out. I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis.
What?
Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Ah, Jesus.
Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Beta can try to figure it out. If she's okay.
Nemesis? Alright, well they're gonna, I guess we're doing some last second plot twists. Because obviously we gotta have some things available for a sequel besides just Hephaestus. Is Nemesis just gonna be like an alien race? Is it gonna be maybe the Pharaoh plague actually escaped Earth and like formed its own life on another planet somewhere? You know, that we're gonna find out, I guess. But if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth, rather than, why was this all necessary? So yeah, Tilda, that's some big lies.
This is it. End of the line.
They made the last part of the climb a fancy staircase. The pretentious pricks.
Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay. Over there. The systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here. There's something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth.
So the calamity that took out Sirius?
Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical.
Oh, shit.
Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius.
Clearly.
This thing Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station. They're on the run.
Gerard got his ass kicked. Which makes Tilda the final Zenith.
I see you've been busy.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith.
What?
Or failed copies of them, anyway.
What?
Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical.
Oh, jeez.
Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes.
You fucking idiots.
It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Ah, fuck.
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia, so you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars.
No. No, we won't.
Gaia will create a new world. Together. Where that monstrosity could never find us.
What? No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years. Now she stands before me again. Not some inferior copy.
Ouch!
But her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me. It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Spectre Prime!
Take cover!
Oh!
Submit, Aloy. You can't win.
Oh my fucking god!
I've heard that before.
Oh, jeez.
And stones against the lightning.
I gotta get through all that armor before I can do some damage.
Hold up, I'm tagging all your systems. Okay, let's take a second here to read about this fucking thing. Spectre Prime, the ultimate Far Zenith exoframe. It can morph into multiple forms, while gold armor-like plates can become devastating weapons and gravitationally reattach when torn off. Alright, so it's got a plasma unit, siege mortars, pulse cannons, plenty of nano plates, a shock unit, regeneration unit, damage it to disrupt its ability. Okay, so it might try and regenerate at some point. This is going to be intriguing. Anyways, seriously, you fucking morons? You guys run away from a planet! Destroyed!
Can you keep this up?
By AI running fucking rampant, and you go, yeah, what would be a fucking good idea? Let's stick our minds into a computer system and not have any fail-safes on stopping it. Fucking
I can endure. You cannot.
ridiculous. The Zeniths deserve to have been taken out. Holy hell.
Oh, that thing's fast.
I was truly expecting, like, the Pharaoh Plague had, like, gained sentience. Oh, shit. Hold up.
Plates are vulnerable.
I gotta cleanse myself.
Execute attack pattern Delta.
Cleanse! Cleanse! Aloy? What the fuck's happening? Hello? Well, that sucks. Okay. So Aloy just had a whole bunch of fucking debuffs applied to her, and I couldn't get rid of any of them. Which sucks. So now what I was intending to do got canceled. That's alright, we'll be fine. Ah, smoke bomb! Okay.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
I didn't want that. Hi, I gotta apply some acid damage to you again. Alright. Ranged Master, it's time for some big damage.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
You're not taking me, Tilda!
I'm not holding back at all. You explained a plan where you wanna, like... Holy fuck, that was intense.
This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
Yeah, well, considering its low health, clearly that's not working out. Block! Alright, fine! Smoke bomb! Leave me alone! I'm crafting!
Don't you see? You cannot win.
But I just did! Hey, give me your loot.
It's over. Lord, just let me choose.
Maybe she's still alive in there. I mean, it's an escape pod. Nope, she's fucking dead! Ah, that's rough. Yeah, she should have let us choose. We'd rather take a stand against Nemesis than anything else. Come on, Silence.
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
You knew about
So
Nemesis?
You've known all along.
Of course he did.
From Hades, yes. Along with data on how to circumvent the Zeniths' shields. Everything I did to create the rebel army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
And you couldn't just tell me?
Come now, Aloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds. When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth.
And it worked.
That's correct, to a point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind. To seize the Odyssey and the Apollo database, and begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything? Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Come on, silence!
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped. It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have? If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life, you'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
I'm not so sure about that.
Found her.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet.
Thank the Ten.
Goodbye, Silence.
Silence, please. I just want you to be an ally. And leave Apollo, you fucker. We need it.
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
We did. And you managed to survive. Please.
Hey, where's he going?
As far away as anyone can go.
Oh. Are you sure?
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
Oh, thank God. Hell yeah. Finally, you're on our chopper's side, even if it's just for a bit. It's true, he always has the chance to leave.
Does anyone else need a drink?
Not if it's that ale of yours.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
They don't know. They don't know. Oh, shit.
There's another battle ahead, Elizabeth. Very different than the one you fought. It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world.
Yes!
Than the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help. They've taken it in stride. I think it's because they've always known what I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle.
Did they give Regala a send-off? Wow.
To solve any problem.
Hey!
Courage to overcome any obstacle. And the resilience to rise after any setback. As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before. But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
All right. Is this going to be a credit sequence? Do I have any influence on where our little Sunwing flies? It's gonna. I'm assuming this is going to go all the way from the starting point of the game all the way. Well, I say starting point of the game, but we're after we left Meridian near Barren Light, and it's just going to fly all around while giving credits. And I'm down for that. That's dope. So, God, all right. Well, that is Horizon Forbidden West. There might be, I don't know, there might be like some post credits like dialogue. I expect there to be some like follow-up conversations that'll have to happen. So we'll see what's happening, but time to give our thoughts on things. I'm a little disappointed in the direction they went at the very end there in terms of Nemesis. I don't care about anything else there. But Nemesis, in and of itself, it should have just been the Pharaoh Plague. It should have just been the Pharaoh Plague, tried to follow them to Sirius, developed itself drastically more over the course of the years. And then, like, that's the big thing we have to worry about. But the fact that they went in the direction of, like, oh, the crazy immortals tried to become, like, digitally immortal too, and that thing had access to their systems. Are you kidding me? Like, how do you mess that up? And it's just the far. It's one of those things where like they had to make the far Zeniths comically fucking villainous and stupid at the same time, and it's annoying. Because prior to Far Zenith, things were relatively grounded. Like, while Ted Faro is a massive, colossal, narcissistic douchebag in the fullest sense, it was relatively grounded that there would be a super rich company dealing with military tech and AI, and that in their hubris, they would fuck up and like not have a way to like take down the machines. And even in the first game, fucking Ted Faro like writes an email lashing out at his employees like, have none of you fuckers ever seen a sci-fi movie with AI? How did we let this happen? Like, even Ted Faro was like, are you serious? So it just ends up being a little bit ridiculous that in this game, after having like a pretty grounded interpretation in Zero Dawn, that we fucking leapt way further into like sci-fi territory, where like we've got like the Far Zeniths had practically invisible tech on them, like it was just in their clothing or some shit. They had the ability to fly. They had super shields. They have deployable laser cannons on every single one of them. The immortal parts is whatever. I believe in the fact that it's inevitable that there's got to be a way to make, you know, immortal humans with like treatments and all various different science and medical technologies. So like that is, you know, that's whatever. And again, in the last game, I expected the Odyssey to have been like a fucking red herring, like a bait that they actually got away. So I'm fine with some of that, but for them, the Far Zeniths to turn out to be comically evil. Now, they didn't end up sending out the signal to kill the whole of Earth, so they weren't actually as bad as we thought they were for the entirety of the game. They were basically just douchebags who were willing to kill anybody who got in their way, and then they were gonna bounce. That was it. Like like besides that, they actually intended to just fuck off, which minus the killing everybody getting in the way part, I'm fine with that. I really, like, if they had just talked with Aloy, we could have come to this understanding and been like, yeah, take a Gaia, Colonel. We've remade Gaia here for Earth. You guys can leave. We'll try and make a stand for her here. That would have been nice. I'm actually really sad that literally all the Zeniths died. I really expected Tilda to live in this game and become our enemy in the next game. But no, she just plot twists at the end. Haha, Aloy. Actually, I intended to fuck off this entire time just like the rest of them. But I just used you to kill all of them, even though in reality, had you known this Nemesis information, maybe you would have actually tried to work with them. But yeah. I would have been fine. I was still fine with all of that so far until Nemesis. And I'm fine with Nemesis in a way because obviously, you know, it's their way to give us a third game, or rather a fourth game, because there's a VR game that's going to be taking place as well. So, but it's going to be like the third in the main storyline. But God, it's so ridiculous. You know? You're gonna have plenty of mistakes in the world. It's human nature. You're gonna have, even now in real life, you're gonna have people who click on links that will corrupt their whole system. You know, it happens. It's whatever. But for a bunch of like immortal, technologically advanced people, most of whom were 1,000 years old, and again, literally escaped from an AI apocalypse, you'd think that they would have fail-safes. Again, some of the smartest, maybe the douchiest in the world, but some of the smartest people, immortal, 1,000 years old, this thing shouldn't have had fucking access. It should have been a Pharaoh plague thing that managed to escape the world in some kind of small, like, capsule that drifted its way towards Sirius, or was like inside of their system. Because I can see that, right? Here's a better explanation for Nemesis. In an attempt to, like, understand Nemesis and still try to take military technology, they took a portion of the Pharaoh code with them, not knowing, you know, trying to figure out how it went corrupt. And in their testing of it, the exact same bug that caused the Pharaoh plague in the first place to happen affected it there. And then you could, like, whatever, it still had system, like, access to the systems or whatever. Or you could say, like, oh, it was because they were testing it within their database that it ended up spreading itself out like a virus. And then you could have this giant ball of angry like, life thing spreading across the galaxy, and that'd be cool. I would have preferred that. Instead, we have to deal with basically Far Zenith again. And this time it's going to be like half pissed AI. It just doesn't feel like that was the actual direction you'd think the story would have gone from, that we got from like Zero Dawn. It really felt like we were going in the direction that somehow the Pharaoh plague survived, because they never really like it was said that the Pharaoh plague in a way gained sentience. And it would have been interesting to deal with something that was technologically and ideologically basically Hades, but far worse. Which is what Nemesis is attempting to be, but I just hate the idea that it's, oh, we put our bunch of human minds into a bottle and they're pissed. You could have just had Far Zenith attack us again, you know? But otherwise, Horizon Forbidden West is an overall pretty fucking good sequel to Zero Dawn. And it's a very faithful one in regards to like combat. It doesn't really change too dramatically. in its combat. They have a few new weapons. They adjusted some of the way some things feel. The rope caster got it kind of nerfed, but kind of buffed at the same time. It didn't really feel as necessary as it was in the last game. The trip caster also was kind of nerfed and was really awkward. Like, there shouldn't have been a limit to, or such a hardcore limit to how many traps you could place. It would have been nice to have just been able to keep on spamming it like you used to. I liked that kind of gameplay a little bit, even if that's not how I ended up playing towards the end of Zero Dawn once we had like more dramatic stuff. But overall, this was a pretty fucking fantastic sequel. I want to play more. I liked that in this game we had a little bit more of a character building, a little bit more of a cast of repeating characters that we developed through the whole game. I'd say my only disappointment in that regard is that they largely just sat around inside the base and did stuff off screen. I would have liked way more missions with them and the ability to have some of them in my party throughout the whole game. Like, that was and it might happen in the next game based on player feedback, but it would have been nice if it had been in this game, because they already have the mechanic in the game for, all right, here's MP, like, you have multiple missions in this game where some random person is with you from like the Tenakth or the Quen or someone, and they just throw ammo at you a bunch and shoot at you. And it would have been nice to have had companions with you there. And they could have also split the Valor system in that way to make it so that your companions had specific abilities on them to change up combat. That would have been cool too, rather than just having like a bunch of options that you have to choose one at a time. You could have been like, okay, you get one cool super Valor Surge, and then your AI companion gets a Valor Surge of their own that has its own unique effect, and boom, that would have been cool. Because when I think of like a character development thing, I think of RPGs like Mass Effect or like Fallout or the Elder Scrolls series. You have a companion, they come along with you, they chime in on things, and you can talk about their past and their history. And that would have been really, really good as well to have throughout all this. And I'm hoping that we get something like that in the next game, because obviously they killed Varl, which is really sad and disappointing, because he definitely was one of the characters that I wanted to die the least, just because he was Aloy's connection to her past. Like, it was basically the last person, like, the only reason to deal with the Nora at this point is because they are other humans, and we should probably tell them what the hell's going on with the world. But Varl could have made, like, the difference in bringing them along with everything. So, yeah, I would have liked if he had just been, like, super injured, but, like, you know, still alive. But that's rough. Obviously, I will always prefer, like, my companions never die. But I wish I could have had some kind of, like, influence on that. But overall, yeah, this is a very, I'm glad they had this. And again, I said at the beginning of the Let's Play, this came out relatively quickly in terms of game releases. There are a lot of games that don't get sequels for like 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or never. And so for this to basically come out within a single game cycle, I love that, right? You know, I especially for such a big series like this was a big game. Like, we're probably like 90 to 100 hours for this one game. Oh, that was pretty good. Again, there could have been a few things. The Regala plot I felt was kind of mediocre, especially because she feels a little bit wasted. Dealing with Regala makes her feel like she was supposed to be way more fleshed out as a character, but she does the open world villain thing where they only show up a couple times. And Far Zenith did this as well, but it makes somewhat more sense for Far Zenith to be fucked off on their own island, not actually dealing with us. But Regala had rebel forces all over the place that we were just murdering and clearing out, and we only dealt with her a few times. So it would have been nice to deal with Regala a little bit more story-wise, and it would have been nice to have dealt with some of the Far Zenith people a little bit more as well. Maybe make it so like that Sylens shield destroying system was a little bit more built up and like tested on some of the other Zenith people, rather than it all just kind of coming down to, oh, you kill Eric in one battle and then you do the weird Scepter Prime battle. That one's kind of oh, secondary credits. Woo! Aloy, Beta, Elizabeth Sobek, Ashley Birch. She did a fantastic job once again. Also, again, I'm glad that Sylens is sticking around a little bit more. Because Lance Riddick is... I love hearing Lance Riddick's voice. And Sylens is a fun character. Just in general, even if he's been really annoying to like have foiling us in various instances. But I guess in regards to disappointment about Sylens, he was also another person who just kind of fucked off for most of the story. I would have liked him to have shown up a little bit more too. Because the whole plot line of the Sons of Prometheus was lackluster. It was very just like, oh, we needed an explanation for the sake of the story for why the rebels have like machines, and you're like, okay, it's probably Sylens, and of course it is Sylens, but he's working not directly with people, and it's like, fine, that makes somewhat of a sense that Sylens wouldn't want, he's not a people person, he doesn't want to deal with another Eclipse situation and be like directly involved with things. But yeah, it makes it feel too much like the rebels and the Sons of Prometheus were just an afterthought to slap around the map, rather than like a genuine like threat in the world. I never really ever felt like the rebels were anything besides people to clear off the map. So I wish they had handled that a little bit better. Other than that, weapon-wise, combat-wise, hopefully they learn a little bit more. The Shredder Gauntlet, I talked about that a bunch over the course of the series. That could have been way better. I'd like to see that get improved, have them add some things there. The Bolt Blaster as well. There were just a bunch of different, like a lot of the new stuff. The only one I wouldn't really touch, well actually no, I'd touch the Warrior Bow as well in terms of like changes. I'd make that not have to do draw at all. Like it should have just been a literal, like you're firing it rapidly, close range weapon, no like charging it up to like shoot it further or anything like that. Bolt Blaster should have had a way to give it bigger magazine sizes, so that you're not just firing 30 shots and being like, okay, now I'm going to stand here in front of the giant machine trying to beat my ass. But overall, while there's a few disappointing things, I think this was still very top tier in terms of the way they handled a lot of the side missions, or at least the way that they handled the presentation of a lot of the cutscenes in this game, especially for side missions. I like that a lot. They did a lot of like, they lit up all the characters in the scenes, no matter like if they were in shadows or whatever, they lit up the characters. They didn't give you like the boring, oh, you're in third person still, just receiving lines from a character and they're just giving their, they're not fleshed out faces. When Aloy's just saying stuff in the wild and her face barely moves, but her lips move a little bit, I really I hate that in open world games, or just like games in general, where you're getting quests and all you're doing is basically having characters blank face talk to each other with no like real indication of anything. Whereas in this game, they did a really good job of actually like having cinematic camera angles. It reminds me a lot of Witcher 3, and obviously Zero Dawn as well. But like Witcher 3 was really one that like stuck out with me. It was just like of having a lot more cinematic dialogue no matter where you were. This didn't go to like the full extent. There could have been a lot more scenes with characters moving around. There's a lot of scenes in this game are just 2 people or 3 people talking back and forth in one spot, just standing there for 5 to 20 minutes, just talking in one spot. But at least they were lit well, right? You know, there was a little bit of that. But I think that's really overall it. I'm interested to see where the story goes. Again, I really wish we hadn't gone too much in the direction of the Nemesis plotline. It's just a dumb one. But it's still, the way they've left off has definitely left, you know, it gives us a path for what the third game is going to be. It's going to be us trying to recapture Hephaestus, with the possibility of Hephaestus being a little bit more advanced in the next game, and maybe us exploring to like new lands, maybe even going to the Quen homelands and dealing with them, because maybe Hephaestus like spreads off to that. Because yeah, at this point, Gaia now has access to everything besides Apollo and Hades. And obviously we didn't want Hades, because that was like, you know, a possible vector of attack from Nemesis. But who knows, maybe even that could be a potential plot point too. Maybe we need to bring Gaia up to full strength and use Hades to defend the world or something. But obviously, again, the biggest one is Hephaestus. We have to capture Hephaestus, gain control of the world. The only problem that I have with that is I really want there to be a time skip in the storyline. But because we didn't capture Hephaestus in this game, we don't get to have a big time skip by the time the next Horizon story comes out. Because Gaia gave us like what? She's like, oh, with all the systems under control, without Hephaestus, we'll only have a few extra months before the world's biosphere will be inevitably unrecoverable, you know? So that means the next game, you know, we're gonna wait like 5 years, 5 to 7 years for that, and we're gonna have like another like, oh, it's only been like a few months since the events of the last game. So what's happened technology-wise and civilization progressing-wise? Barely anything. That's what it's giving me. Barely anything. And that's disappointing to me. But who knows? Maybe they'll have like done something off screen to me like, oh, we actually were able to catch up a little bit more time. And it's been like a year or two, because I think there's a lot of prime development that can happen, because now that Gaia has Apollo, there's going to be this interesting dynamic in the world where the societies, the tribes that like have contact with Gaia and Apollo and all this information, they're going to start dramatically advancing in terms of technology. And that might mean that rather than all of the tribes becoming homogenized as like a global society, they might all develop in dramatically different ways, but with like modern world tech basically. Or almost modern world tech. It's gonna obviously take a while before like infrastructure can spread around the world for them to do crazy levels of things, but I want to see that. That's why like I'd be fine in the future after they've done a third or maybe even a fourth mainline story Horizon game. I just want to have like stories about what happens after, you know, the world is no longer about to be destroyed by 2 or 3 things at a time. I want the tribes to fucking progress and have like a giant big old society, modern, super futuristic society, especially because now they're gonna also have future or far zenith tech as well. Oh my lord, there's so much possibility there. And then they could go, you know, if Horizon ends up going in the direction that like we end up dealing with actual aliens, I'd be fine with that too. Because clearly, from what we've got from Horizon, if humans can get to the point where they can travel between, you know, planet systems in like 20 years and be immortal and have super advanced technology where they can fly around and shoot lasers out of their hands, basically, there's got to be some aliens out there doing that too. Well, let's see. Can I skip this? Let's see. There might be plenty more. All right, back to the base. The main quest line is done. Congratulations on defeating the far zenith threat. You're now free to continue exploring and complete any unfinished quest activities. Thank you for playing the game, the Horizon team. All right. Oh, look, there you go. We have Beta chilling up here now this time. So obviously there's no main missions to do, but we have people that we can chat to. Although we did send off all the people, so I guess they're not going to be here for us to talk to. But they might be at their respective places. We'll see. Hi, Beta.
What are you up to?
I'm getting a head start on looking for ways to temporarily stabilize the biosphere. We may not have a Festus, but I'm sure we can come up with something.
Ooh, that's disappointing.
I paid Brawl's grave a visit earlier. Back at Gemini, he tried so hard to protect me. He was my first friend. I still can't believe he's gone. Me too.
It's okay. We got vengeance for him, and we'll make the world a better place.
So, Nemesis. I had a lot of theories on what destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius, but a twisted amalgamation of uploaded Zenith brain scans was definitely not one of them.
Yeah, it's out there.
It's headed for Earth.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about in terms of like presentation. I don't like in games when it's basically like, okay, I'm standing here and they're standing there. We're still in our third person thing and we're barely seeing their facial animations. They had really fantastic facial animations in this game, and it was very well voice acted in a lot of places. So that's nice. So this is a little bit disappointing, but I also understand because we've beaten the fucking story. They really don't have to like give us anything super fleshed out, but it would have been nice if we had at least had the back and forth still.
Be careful out there, Aloy. When the Zeniths forced me to work on merging Hephaestus, it was... well, it was really pissed off. Capturing it again, it's not gonna be easy.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, now we don't have to worry about the far Zeniths killing us, I guess.
It's good to be back, Aloy.
Alright, we got some, they brought some far Zeniths here, tech here. I really want to see some big evolution in Aloy's gear using all this far Zenith stuff. Like, she doesn't need to be flying around and shooting lasers, but it'd be nice if some of our stuff was a little bit less shooting arrows and bolts and stuff, and more. I mean, look at this. We have this plasma thing here. I want to shoot, like, something that's a little bit more akin to a gun, man.
Everything okay, Gaia?
Yes, it is good to be home. Although my heuristic matrix will take some time to reinitialize. I must ensure that all Zenith code has been purged from my systems.
Good idea. Take as long as you need.
Oh, man, we don't even get to have, like, straight conversations with Gaia anymore.
Are we gonna be able to fix the biosphere? With Hephaestus back out in the wild?
With its escape to the global Cauldron network, Hephaestus has resumed its operations and increased its security protocols. I am already formulating options to recontain it. Additionally, I will utilize the capabilities of my remaining subordinate functions and make every effort to stave off collapse of the biosphere. I am certain it will gain us some time.
Sounds good.
That's good. What about, Apollo?
Reinitialization in progress. I will inform you when it is complete.
Bah.
Reinitialization in progress.
Alright.
I will inform you when it is complete.
Okay, well, I don't think there's... Well, there might be some conversations that we can have across the world. I'm not really super interested in doing that, unless it led to, like, a little bit of a side mission. Yeah, I mean, we explored a lot of the world. I'd say the only criticisms I have left of it are, I still hate what they did with the metal flowers. I really don't like progression blockers that take a long time to get rid of. It should not have been something like that. At least from, like, this area and onwards back to the starting zone, that should not have been a thing. Metal flowers should not be there except in very small amounts for, like, the black boxes or something, you know, like a super special item. But instead, they had, like, a ton of them that just lead to, like, resources, and that's just such a disappointing reward. I don't, you know, you're gonna get shit tons of resources just from generally playing the game and exploring a lot of the areas. You don't need to lock stuff off behind a progression blocker that some players might not, like in my instance, I didn't run into the metal flower vine cutting stuff until like maybe 60 to 70 hours into the game. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's way too fucking long for way too little rewards. That was dumb. Also, legendary gear should have been a little bit more fleshed out. Some of them have like really disappointing like ammunition types. I didn't even bother to use the rest of them. And that's another thing as well. Being limited to the same amount of choices at endgame as we are in the endgame of the first game is really disappointing when we have way more options in this game than before. So there's way too much having to swap things out. There should have been, like, say, a secondary menu here where, like, you open this up, you press one of the buttons that they could have, like, figured out, and then you, like, open it up to a second page of items to pull out from your backpack. And that would have been nice, because then it would have given you the option of, like, okay, you still have this one wheel that looks pleasant to look out, or look at. It's, you know, it's sizable enough that you don't, you know, it's not super tiny for choosing your options, and that's fine. But you get a second page of 6 that you can put all your other things on. That would have been nice. I hope they do something like that in the second game. If they're going to continue having all the weapon types they had in this game, and all the ammunition types they had in this game. Like, it was ridiculous they introduced the canister mechanic in this game. The canister rope mechanic in that game, while also for a lot of the game not giving you like an option that had all of the different ammo types until like I had to get to endgame before we had basically all the ammo types to shoot said canisters. So like those canisters at that point should have just been like things you latched onto them and you could set off with regular arrows or something. Another criticism, it felt like the new machines in this game, like they were fun, they were cool, but it felt like a lot of them moved way too fucking much to hit their small parts. I had so much trouble hitting small parts in this game to remove components. And so there were some things that we just never hit. There are, like on the Slitherfang or whatever, the giant snake. This thing, there are things on this I'll never hit. And like not only were they like super tiny on like a hard, like a fast moving target, But also there were some parts that just wouldn't even deploy until like a specific thing would happen. That was just... But that was a little on the annoying side because it was sometimes it's just not really clear like how I was supposed to get those things to happen. Obviously some of them are like, oh, it's an overheating mechanic. It's gotta like overheat and then it exposes the weak point. But again, the weak points were fucking tiny as shit on like massive creatures, which was ridiculous. And then they'd be bobbing left and right. So like it felt almost like I should have done the slow down time further mechanic. That was an option in the settings. Like, let's see. Is that like something that I can do from here? Or is that going to be more under accessibility? That might be more like an accessibility thing. I don't know. I don't know where it is. It's there. We've seen it. It's an option. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's relatively it. Overall, if I had to give Horizon Forbidden West a rating, I think it would be a 9 out of 10. I don't remember what I gave the last game. I think I gave it like a 10 out of 10. I really love Zero Dawn. This game definitely doesn't capture the same overall feeling that Zero Dawn had of the discovering of the Zero Dawn project and what happened to the world. But it at least kept up like the world building. I liked the Tanakh. You know, they could have been fleshed out a little bit more. It would have been interesting to actually be dealing with their inner clan strifes and have side missions taking us back and forth a little bit more of the world. You can see that like we explored way more of these first few areas than we actually did of this last area. This was just kind of, it was there and I had no real reason to do much. So yeah, pacing started to drop off after this area. There was way less like side missions to do than in the other areas, but that's okay. That is Horizon Forbidden West. If they do a DLC, we shall play it. And then I will also do a dedicated episode for the Strike games that are remaining, because I do want to play those. I like them quite a bit, but they are like long and a little bit more on the boring side in comparison to actually doing like combat with machines and doing the story quests. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this Let's Play, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right. And that was for YouTube viewers. We're not ending off here. We're going to be swapping things up, but that is